Yeah, we all just have to agree. I think the participants have to agree.
Yes.
Oh, you have like a button
Yeah, it had a
in your Zoom
pop-up that
account?
asks if you're okay with the live stream.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I already see the Airmo page started, although it's open the one from last week, I think. So it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey everybody. Welcome to our community call for February 2023. This is our second call for this year. So let's just dive into it. And I will just remind everybody here to add your name in the wiki page if you haven't. So we already have me, JR, and Tim. So Lucas, Bobby, and Yoasif, or any other folks who may watch this call from Airmo or from YouTube, please add your name in the list. And before we start with the agenda today, I have a few shout outs, and I'm pretty sure there's one added here. I'm not sure from who, but one that I have here is like for Paul for working on the mobile guideline. I know that he's been working together with the mobile team for a while to, like to work on this. So it's really nice to see that his work is already kind of like published. So I think he has a few guidelines on like how to run a what is it called, like a machine, like not a machine, yeah, like a clone of your phone from your like laptop, for Android and for iOS as well. So if you don't have the device, you can also run it from your desktop. So it's pretty cool. Make sure to check it out. We'll be talking more about that in the agenda today. So thank you, Paul, for doing that. And the second one is a welcome for a few people here that are new to social and mobile store support. So we have Kim Jae-woo, Henry Green, Jason Hoyle, Ifuma, and Ray Fermi. So there are like pretty new folks to social and mobile store support. So please join me to welcome them into the program and to the big SUMO family. I just called them out because I have like visibility into these people, since we have like a kind of like direct onboarding journey for Twitter and mobile store programs. But I'm pretty sure there are a lot more people whom I may not kind of like call or mention in this call that join the community from other areas like forum, KB, or localization. So I just want to call that out. And lastly, we have another shout out for folks who joined Hostem last weekend. Anybody who aided this shout out want to verbalize it?
Yes, I want to thank everybody there who was there, and also all those questions about Firefox, Relay, hubs, etc. Sometimes it was difficult. Sometimes some people were really deep into our issue, and it was really great to see how everybody tried to help everybody. So that's why I added the shout out.
Yeah, it's always nice to see, like, to hear stories about customs. I also have a topic under the Mozilla's World Update today, so we can talk more about that later. Cool. So let's start the agenda for today. The first one I have in the list is about monitor. So I just realized that I haven't shared my screen, so let me just do that right now. This one, I guess, yes. I hope I'm sharing the right screen. Cool.
Yes.
I think so, right? Yes. So the Firefox monitor, as some of you might have been aware of already before I made the announcement even, we just added a new product in SUMO, which is Firefox Monitor. I know it's not a new product per se, but we just added it as a new product in SUMO, so it's quite new here. We used to have like KB related to Firefox Monitor, but they were used to be like on their other products like desktop. So with this change, we kind of like move some of the articles from desktop to this new product. So you will see that perhaps like Lucas, especially Lucas, I think Lucas and Fabio, or the other content team might have like move the articles and made changes to these articles related to Monitor. I also listed out a few articles that might be impacted by this change. So I don't think that there's like major stuff at the moment that is going on with this kind of like change, but there will be a pretty significant design refresh coming up by the end of this quarter, so around March. So we kind of like create this product as kind of like preparation for this whole design refresh. Yeah. Is there, Lucas, do you want to add something to that? Because I know that you've been working on this quite significantly.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to the community for localizing this in over 20 locales in 1 week, like over 1 week. So that's amazing. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, Lucas already verbalized it, so thank you for that, Lucas. Yeah, I think this is interesting. It was something that we decided to do in preparation for some other things. The refresh is coming up. We'll talk about that a little bit. We're expecting it to land around the 15th, and the dashboard in Monitor is going to be getting a refreshed design, a new update to design. So there'll probably be some more content that comes along with that, and we'll see what happens there. And then keep eyes out for a subscription version of this product in probably Q2. We'll be keeping eyes out for that as well.
Yeah, in relation to that, I just want to call out that we won't have a ask question flow or like the support forum for this product later, and that's because it will be a subscription product. So we'll have a contact form instead that will be connected to our Send Us form, basically. So everybody who's kind of like submitted a question from that sign up form, contact form, will be kind of like served into like agent or direct agent directly instead of like a forum support. So so I think that would be like something that that the community like need to aware of. Other than that, like you're welcome to help on the KB and localization side, as Lucas mentioned, and that you already did. So thank you so much for those people who already take the action to localize the Monitor articles into your locales. Cool. With that, let's move on. Oh, and I want to call out that we also have another thread open by I guess Michele, who kind of like asked about this thing. But I started a new thread just to kind of like clarify and put more details about the kind of like upcoming launch of the subscription product as well. So yeah, that's Firefox Monitor. Let's move on. This is also another thread that I opened recently. This is about our presence in the Fediverse world, because we're gonna have like a Mozilla.social instance in the Fediverse world. I just wanted to open the discussion about like how we want to present ourselves in this new like channel or area, because we are starting to kind of like like reserve the handle that we want to use as a team or like as an official presence. So at the moment I have I have sumo underscore Mozilla and at Firefox support, in addition to like at Mozilla support that we kind of like reserve from the whole like plan at the moment. But yeah, I just want to like open the discussion whether this is like something that you feel align with what you're thinking as a community member, because I think a few people call out that it's better to appear as Mozilla support rather than Firefox support, because we might catch a wider net with the term Mozilla rather than Firefox. So that's why we also have like Mozilla support kind of like reserved for that. Even we're actually thinking about like rebranding the current account that we have on Twitter, although we haven't really executed anything at this point, but it's just something that we already thinking for now. So when we talk about the Fediverse account, we're also thinking about why not like we change the name to Mozilla support with this like like momentum. There's also a discussion about whether or not we need I guess like the Mozilla kind of like handle or like term in our account, because we will already use like Mozilla.social instance. So so I think that's another discussion to have, whether or not we want to like present as like just add support.mozilla.social. So that is also like something new, and I guess it's especially like specific for like this Fediverse world, because otherwise we won't be able to do that in Twitter or like any other similar services. So if you're interested in this topic, make sure to check out the thread and let me know what you're thinking. Yeah, a few people jump in about like, yeah, I think they love Mozilla more than we use like Firefox. So yeah, I think we might gonna go with that once we kind of like jump into Mozilla.social. But yeah, if you're keen on like talking about that, please make sure to chime in the discussion thread. Julius, I'm gonna pause here and see if there's any question or flag or I don't know, other topics to discuss. Otherwise, we can continue. Cool. So let's talk about the next one, the unified extensions button. This is not something new. This is already launched, but I just want to call this out because this is still a hot topic, and we still receive a bunch of people, especially like from the developer team, who are like trying to update their extensions. So this is like something new that we introduced in 109, which is a unified extension button, which basically where all extensions will kind of like live under. Before that, we have something that we call an overflow menu or overflow button that I kind of like as well. But I find it pretty handy actually to have a unified extensions button, but a few people might not like it. So they may come to our forum, to our Twitter and other places and ask if there's a way to disable the button and just use the like just how it used to be, which is the overflow menu. But although there's a workaround for that, I won't recommend to, to actually suggest people to do that. One is because it's not something that we will keep in the long run, and two is because I'm pretty sure we are going to work on a different solution. I know that we're already thinking about like having a feature where we can pin the extension in the UAB. So if you have like an extension that you use quite regularly, you can just pin it in the extension button, so you will have it on the top of it, which I think is a great idea. So yeah, if this is something of your interest, please check out the thread. There's also, I guess there are a few kind of like Mozilla Connect links that are related to this that you can direct people to if they have any feedback about this, if they have any suggestion, or like yeah, just basically talk about this change. I think you can redirect those people to these Mozilla Connect page so they can discuss their feedback further, and it will be kind of like this discovered by the product team as well. Cool news. Yeah, it's a long thread. So it's a pretty juicy topic. Cool. If there is no question, I guess we can move on to the next topic. No? Cool, yes. Then we can move on to the next one. This one is it's been around for a while. We just haven't talked about it in our community meeting like previously in January, because I think we kind of like have it before that. But yeah, this is something that I know Paul has been working for a while. So he kind of like launched this kind of like guidelines on how to use simulator, and how I have the term simulator. If you don't have like an Android or an iOS device, so you can use this kind of like hacks to be able to replicate the Android or iOS environment. And he's also updated our common responses, especially I think ones that are kind of like related to crash reports on Android and iOS as well. And something that came out of like the discussion that he started in our internal Slack is that let me just open this one. I think it's linked from here. Is this article about how to get a device logs. So this is something that the product team on the iOS team has been kind of like work on after the discussion. So if you have like a user who are having like an issue with crashing in iOS, you can direct them to this article that shows like how to send the crashing report, or like logs in general if needed, to the team, so the team can investigate the issue further. So yeah, make sure to check it out if you're contributing to mobile products, whether it's Android or iOS. It's a pretty handy guideline, which I think we need to kind of like get used to and direct more people to. Yeah. Firefox OS. It's interesting. People still talk about Firefox OS. Coolios. Is there any question about this? Nope. With that, let's move on to the platform kind of like update, because we just talked about platform stuff in our previous call. So I just want to follow up on that one. The bug that we talked about last meeting was this bug, which is like the ability to moderate the contributor forum. And now the ability is already restored. So now the moderator team is able to moderate the conversations as usual. Although the bug is still open, because the team is still like basically investigating the root cause of the problem. And related but not really related to that, because we just talk about that in this same kind of like bug report. There was a problem with, like with people see like time zone in PST. But Ryan, who is our platform engineer in the platform team, has confirmed that it's actually the default state. So if you don't have any time zone set in your profile, you will see the time zone like defaulted to PST instead. So if you want to use your own time zone, make sure to set your time zone from your profile. But if you already set your time zone, but still seeing PST, just make sure to like reset the kind of like setting from your profile, because I also experienced the same problem previously. But after I kind of like reset the setting, now I see the time zone and the time in my time zone back. So yeah, you just need to kind of like redo the setting from your profile to fix the issue. So yeah, I guess that's the end of like the topic of the week. So I'm gonna pause here to see if there's any call out, any questions, any feedback, additional thoughts. Nope. Cool, yes. With that, we can move on to the Mozilla's World update. Under this, we have one about FOSDEM. I just added this here because I think it will be interesting to talk about that. It's been a while since we have an in-person FOSDEM, so I guess many people are excited about the event. And if you're not aware of the event, FOSDEM is actually an event, a big event, like open source event, where a lot of people who kind of like a champion for open source kind of like get together and talk about like, like different stuff about open source. So it was held, I guess, like last weekend. And we have a blog post about that was kind of like published by the community team. Which I think has like, links to the talks from our Mozilla dev room, although there are a few talks as well outside of our dev room about Firefox as well, right? So yeah, I'm not sure if the recording are kind of like ready at this point, but I think at some points you should be able to see the recordings from their website. Tim, you want to add something?
The first recorders are already live at the FOSDEM site, but also on Mozilla in the Reps account.
Ah, that's cool.
I will give you the link in chat.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I will add the link to.
So on Mozilla there are 2 talks already uploaded.
Is this NDA specific?
No, because
okay, that's cool.
you can go to there without logging in. So I suppose it's
I'm
open.
already logged in, so I was just wondering.
I'm not logged in.
Okay,
so
that's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great then. Yeah, I will add the link to our agenda so more people will be able to access that. But I'm pretty sure the recording should also be posted under like each of these.
All the recordings are also available on the FOSDEM site.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But not
That's
all
great.
are yet approved.
Right. Yeah. that's why I just think that like not all the talks or recordings are ready at this point. So you may need to like check them one by one. Okie dokie. Any interesting things from, or like any other highlights from FOSDEM last weekend, Tim? I know that you're also there in the event. So is there any interesting highlights?
No, people were really glad to see us again in real life. We got many people coming to us from thank you for being here and being Firefox or Mozilla. That was really nice. Some people wanted to give us some money even. I could be rich when I was standing there. No, and Francesca is busy with writing a report, and I think there will be a blog post about it soon. But we talked to thousands of people about the different products of Firefox. And
that's great to hear.
The public of FOSDEM are taggy, most of them. They know how to work with programming and things like that. So we had also a lot of discussions about choices we made in Firefox, etc. But it's all noted, and there will be a nice report made by Francesca.
Yeah, I know that Francesca has been like working on this for a while. Like she's the one who prepares all this, like the booth and the dev room and you know, like etc. So it's really nice to see how this, you know, like plan come to fruition. And yeah, it's nice to see people actually gather in like real life once again.
It was really great to be there again and see all those people, and seeing people also in real life was also nice. Yeah, it was a great event, and I think we did a good job as Mozilla.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Also, as like Tim mentioned, I'm pretty sure it's the kind of like opposite situation from where you do like support, where people come to us to actually kind of like complain about their issue with the product. But I feel like in the event like that, people tend to come to us and to compliment our product and our organization. So it's really nice to actually you know, like present in that kind of event. So yeah, I'll be waiting for their report. I'm pretty sure it will come out soon. So yeah, thanks again for everybody who helped on the booth during the weekend with FOSDEM. So yeah, thanks a lot, you guys.
This I just posted.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
Give you the link to the video folder of all the talks. At the FOSDEM site.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, although it's a bit confusing, but yeah, hopefully it's also like linked from the individual kind of like talk link from here. I'm not sure. But I guess I was able to get like the recording from the previous FOSDEM even last year when like Paul did like SUMO talk. So I'm pretty sure it will be just posted in this page. So you don't have to look for the video from the list like this. But yeah, with that, let's move on to the product updates. TR, the Zoom room is yours.
Alrighty. So we have the release Scrum meeting recording every day, every Tuesday for the most part, on a weekly basis, where I go over what's upcoming in Firefox releases and other Mozilla product releases. Upcoming in the next week on February 14th, we have Firefox version 110 coming out across desktop and mobile. For the desktop version of this, there's a couple things in here. We did have some updates for DOH, which is DNS over HTTPS. Settings being available in privacy and security. It looks like there was some work that still needs to land for this. So the actual update got pushed to V113, which is a couple months from now. We also had some updates on DLL blocking that came in, and I've already added the support article there if anybody wants to go check it out. And then the last thing for desktop that we were aware of or that was user affecting was just a change for colorways. So colorways moving from being available within your settings to being available in the add-ons section. So we have the AMO link listed here as well, and we did put up a little bit of a banner on the site just to notify users who are looking for that specific article. On the Android side of things, we have the Firefox Relay extension, which recently got added to the available add-ons for Android, which is nice. And then there was a themed icon update for Android, but we didn't create any content or update any content for that. On the iOS side of things, we only had backend fixes and enhancements, so I linked the What's New article here. And then for Focus, it's the same situation, only backend fixes and enhancements, no updates to features or new situations going on there. So that's Firefox for desktop and for mobile that's coming out on the 14th. Not a big update here that we were expecting, and we'll start collecting information after next week for the V111 release. When it comes to some of our other Mozilla products, VPN 213 finally went live. This is one that has been in progress for quite a while now. And we have a couple updates here, which all are live and linked here to their support article for the content. We had updates to the speed test upload benchmark that's in the VPN product, updates to auto connect on startup for mobile. There's some stuff here about removing port 53 fallback UI features and removing visibility of LAN bypass feature. I think it was just cluttering the UI, and unless you're a advanced VPN user, it was kind of confusing for general users to understand what was kind of going on there. So they updated the UI a bit to make it easier. And then the last one was allowing users to see the server IP, which they're connected to in the VPN. Like I said, all of the KB articles are linked here if anybody wants to take a look and go review those. Another mention for Monitor being live. We talked about this right at the beginning, and then just some future updates we have. We're going to be working on any needed KB updates for the UI refresh in March, and then we'll move forward from there. Last thing I want to note here is just a call out for incidents and other notable issues that came up recently. Just yesterday, we had Microsoft Teams blocking access for Firefox users. This was an incident that popped in, and I shared it in the Matrix channel and over the community discussions on the forum. As of now, though, it's been downgraded from an incident because the issue seems to be fully with Microsoft side of things. It was originally affecting free and live 365 versions of Teams, but it should be kind of good to go now. And the last update from the product team working on this was they'll be reaching out to Microsoft and working with them to unblock the issue that we were having with, I think it was like live.com versus Microsoft Teams.com. Another thing that to bring up here on Focus is we had a really, really big bug that dropped in version 109 for Focus. We immediately saw a large amount of inbound on this, and it was essentially where Focus content was grayed out when in landscape mode, so you wouldn't see any colors. There was a bug that was submitted, and they did release a dot release to fix this, and we have confirmed it is fixed with this dot release. So if you do see any Focus users that are complaining about grayed out things in landscape mode, definitely tell them to update to the latest version, which should resolve this issue. And that's all I have for product support at this time.
Thank you so much, JR. Is there any question for JR about any of these product updates? Going once, going twice. Nope. Okay, then. We don't have anything under KB and localization, but since we have Fabi and Lucas here, Fabi, do you have anything on KB?
Hey, Kiki. Yeah, so JR pretty much covered everything and added the links to the content that we created. The only thing is that I was checking and saw that we are missing some translations for French and Spanish. So probably I'm going to be following up with the community to see if we can get this translated before release day. But that is the only thing. I don't know if we have anything for localization for premium yet, or any special requests. But other than that, that's it.
Which article are you missing the localization from?
It's gonna be mostly the what's news and also the
on-train
Firefox
release.
relay. Yeah, it's for on-train release. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we can definitely add that in the SUMO sprint page for Firefox 110. I'm still working on the SUMO sprint page, so we can certainly talk about that more. Cool. With that, I don't think that we have another topic. So I'm gonna give the floor to everybody here if you have any additional topics, since we have 3 minutes left.
Just a note, I think when we start, I tried to get into the live stream as we were doing it and I couldn't see it. It looks like Joseph or Mazinet was able to view it, and he is viewing it. But I just wanted to make sure, like after we end this, that if it is recorded, we also like post that somewhere for those who maybe weren't able to get into the live stream or do want to review the recording if we did get it recorded. I don't know if live stream also means it's recording. So
yeah, that's the problem. I'm not sure myself. So let me just yeah, I think once we kind of like ended this this call, I can check with the AV team whether or not we have like the recording backup. Hopefully.
Cool. Yeah, right.
But yeah, yeah, thanks everybody for attending this meeting. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. I'll give you 2 minutes back. Bye everybody.
Bye bye.